let's get ready for Mexico. My family and I are heading to Mexico for 11 nights, and I want to take you along on my journey to get us all packed up and ready to go. I've got two little girls, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and I want to show you all the tips for what we are bringing along with us to maybe help you make your packing journey a little easier for your next trip. So come along with me on this adventure. We are still about 4 weeks away from our actual trip, but we are going on a little bit of a trip before our trip. So we are going on a ski trip to the mountains before we fly out. So we'll be gone for a full week on our ski trip, and then we'll be just driving to the Calgary airport, which will be a different experience for us to depart from there. That's usually like our connecting airport, but we wanted to find a flight that was direct, and since we were gonna be kind of out west anyways, we thought we might as well try to book a flight out of Calgary and see how that experience goes. I will be filming this video in lots of little segments as it gets closer to the date, but for today I will kind of go through the kids' clothes packing because that's an easy one to get out our summer gear because we are deep into winter right now, and also because it's off season, I needed to get out their clothes and see what they will fit into and maybe what we need to pull out of the next size bins for them, or anything that I just needed to grab and make sure I have in their right size. So we've done lots of trying on, but I will show you kind of what I came up with. So here's what I've actually really narrowed it down to for kids clothing. I'll just go through a very brief explanation of what we have decided to take with us. So for my 4-year-old, we have kind of gone with a few like mix and match pieces. I've got tank top and shorts, t-shirt and skirt, and another t-shirt with some capri leggings. I've got 2 dresses for her, just little sundresses. Narrowed that down from quite a few, and then 1 little romper. And the tricky thing is the weather won't be that hot. Like I'm hoping for like around that 24, 25, but it does cool down in the evenings, like mid-teens even. So I'm just really nervous about it being quite chilly. We've got stuck with that before, like in Florida, where I packed all these summer clothes and then we ended up just having to put like pants and sweaters under everything. So while I'm trying to be reasonable with what I pack, I do want to make sure that I have enough warm clothes in case it is chilly or for those chilly evenings. So I have packed like a pant and t-shirt set, another pant and tank top set, and then I do have another pair of capri leggings that can go under dresses, and I have a couple of jackets for her too. So like a denim jacket. Well, this is also another denim jacket. Obviously the outfit we're wearing on the plane is a jumpsuit with long pants, so that'll be an additional long pants outfit. And then I've just got some of the cartwheel or bicycle shorts, and then I've got 1 set of pajamas that's like shorts, t-shirt, another t-shirt, and then a pair of pants. I did actually just today put in another little pair of like very lightweight denim. So that's all for my 4-year-old. For her regular clothes, we can get that packed up into a packing cube now. I know a lot of people really swear by rolling their clothes, which is great, and I love even how people like match together the outfits and roll them together. I think that's a great option. I think when our clothes are this tiny, for me it doesn't really matter. I kind of just fold them in a way that it will fit into the size of the packing cube. So if you're a roller or just a folder with little clothes, I don't think it makes too big of a difference. I like to kind of line mine up like that. Oh, my dresses are too big. And then everything does just fit in quite nicely. So that's her entire clothing cube, all ready to go. For bathing suits, I actually put both girls' bathing suits all together in kind of a smaller packing cube. For my 4-year-old, I packed her 2 bathing suits with the long sleeves. This one is a cute little 2-piece. Then I did pack her one that just is like a regular 2-piece, but then I also am bringing a rash guard for my 2-year-old. she's not quite 2, but she will be 2 by the time we go on our trip. But I've got her one piece and then a little rash guard that can go over that, and another, this one still has its tags on, it's still new, but it's another little 2-piece with a cover up, and then the rash guard could also be used for that. And then I got one of these if I really don't want to do any sunscreen at all. We've got a full 1-piece. Hi.
Close.
You close the door?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. For my almost 2-year-old, packing for her was a little bit trickier. It's all stuff that her sister wore and I just really loved, so I had a hard time narrowing it down. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets here with shorts and tank tops or shorts and t-shirts that are all like really cute matching sets that I love. 2 bubble rompers, just a regular onesie just if we're hanging out or going to the beach but not in our swimsuits. And then 2 dresses for her as well. A little ruffle bottom diaper cover, and then just a pair of plain cartwheel shorts, and then 1 pair of capri leggings, which actually don't really go with anything, so maybe those could be left out. And then 2 other pairs of leggings. So with the leggings, I just made sure that they could be paired kind of with the tops that we already have. And then I don't have a denim jacket for her, but I have this like lightweight denim top. It's just a button up, so we can make some outfits for that in the evenings or if it is chilly. And we will also have her outfit from the airplane, so that should be enough. We've got a few hats, so just like a big wide brimmed beach hat for both girls that can get wet. And then I do have another swim cap that just is cute and will match one of the bathing suits. As well as a little bonnet. I know I need to narrow shoes down, but I have some swim shoes for both girls. I've got entirely too many pairs of sandals, but I know she probably won't wear these. They're just these really cute Havaianas with the little sling back. So I will probably end up leaving these at home because they're just not very practical. Her sister didn't wear them. She doesn't like them on. She has sandals she does like, so we'll probably just use those. But I will take these little sandals as well as these ones for her. And then I've got sandals for my older daughter. And then they'll probably both wear more like a running shoe on the plane, so we'll have those too in case we do some walking or anything like that. That'll be their shoes.
Yeah.
You want to put them on? You want these ones on?
Yeah.
You want them off. Immediately she wants them off, so leaving these at home. It has been 10 days since I last filmed. We've just had some other stuff going on. I haven't done a ton of packing. I have done a lot of piling things on, and we actually had family over last night, so I had to clear off the guest bed. So things are getting a little out of hand with organization. So today I did a little bit of packing for my own clothes, and then I'm going to show you what I've got going on for all of our stuff and just walk you through a little bit more of what we're packing. I have brought down a couple of my packing cubes. This one has the girls' travel day clothes in it. I want to talk about compression cubes, and then I will show you what's going on over here. So what started out as like a handy little shelf randomly in this bedroom has become the massive collect all for all things travel, which usually is kind of just all heaped up on the bed. So we have some work to do to get things organized here. So I was actually a little too overwhelming by the time I got everything on the bed. It was just like way too much stuff. It has like our carry-on stuff, toys and games and beach stuff and activity stuff, plus all of our regular luggage. So it was way too much. I ended up just organizing it and putting it back on the shelf in a more organized way. Like I said, the carry-on section, the activity section, and I just have all of our clothes back on the bed now. I have all of these packing cubes that are compression cubes, and I know a lot of people really like them. I've never gotten like super into them because it just seemed like could not put as much in to be able to compress it. So I always had ones kind of similar to these Stony Clover ones that by Lug that I really liked because they're just big and they fit everything and they were not compression. But I have watched quite a few packing videos getting ready for this trip, and I saw people like literally sitting on their compression cubes to close them, and I was like, okay, well, I've never tried that hard. So I switched all of Teddy's stuff. So I had it in this packing cube, which is about the same size as this compression cube, and then I was able to actually do the compression. So I'll show you that in a minute. I just wanted to show you real quick. The last time I was recording, I was talking about like more clothes for the girls in case it was chilly, and I forgot I had ordered them these little, it's like a very lightweight sweater, and they come with a skirt. And then for Ellie, I got her, like, I like matching, but I love coordinating outfits, so these ones are perfect. They're from Old Navy, and I did order them online before I close the compression cube for hopefully the last time. I want to take out one outfit, a set of pajamas, and bathing suit for each of us to have on our big carry-on on the plane, just because I went to Disneyland once by myself when Teddy was just a little baby and our bag didn't come, and it was just like very inconvenient. It didn't come until like the end of the day the next day, and I just, even though this is a direct flight, like we've flown a direct flight to Florida before and somehow our car seat got lost. So things can happen and we can have our carry-on, so I just, for peace of mind, like to pack kind of one piece of essentials. So I'm gonna pull out one of each of those from the girls' cubes, and then I'm also going to take Ellie's packing cube, was a little bit bigger than Teddy's, and I'm going to try and take everything out of hers and also fit into one of our compression cubes. I did remember that I do have a size 2 denim jacket, so I'm going to also try to fit that in for Ellie, and then I will be done packing for them. That I took out that one little outfit and set of pajamas, it was actually no problem at all to get this compression cube packed up. This is like slightly more compact than what we had in here, so when I'm trying to fit it all in one suitcase, I hope this will help. There we go, a lot more compact than this kind of full-size packing cube, so kind of winning here with the compressible packing cubes. That takes care of the girls' kind of main packing cubes. So then I have pulled out all of their one swimsuit, one pair of pajamas, and one outfits for me and them. I have them here, so I'll try to pack them in. I have one more of the bigger size of compression cubes, and I could probably take this one with their bathing suits in it and put it into one of the smaller compression cubes so that it's not taking up as much room. I just realized I don't have any socks or underwear for either of the girls or anything in our bag that's going on our carry-on, so I'm just gonna write a quick note to make sure that I pack those things up. Again, I did have a set of compressible packing cubes that are really nice. I've never used them as compression, but in this one I have a bathing suit, a cover-up, a pair of shorts and a t-shirt, and a long sleeved like button-up, and it is pretty compact, so that was kind of my overflow. Oh, and an extra pair of pajamas. So all of that in here, and then this is kind of the rest of my clothes. See how much clothes there actually are. And I tried compressing this earlier and it looked like it was going to go. Oh, we did it. it. So there's actually kind of a little hole in here, so if I wanted, I could probably fit in socks and underwear in there, or they might just have, this set is really nice because it comes with all different sizes. So there's another little compression cube that's a very small size that I was thinking of putting my underwear in, but yeah, there is quite a hole in here. Or the other thing I like to put in my packing cube sometimes are like hair clips, so I might do that just because it's like protected in there. So yeah, a little bit of extra room, but it again takes up a lot less room obviously when it's compressed. And this is kind of the way it always goes for me. I think that it's not going to take up that much room, but this half of the suitcase is pretty much full already, and I mean I have to fit in my big toiletry bag and stuff, and then this side of the bag is full. It is expandable, so like I can fill this side up a little bit more, but yeah, a lot of stuff. So potentially one more checked bag probably to get us through. This is actually a kit that comes from the brand Coco Village, and it comes with this little backpack and all this stuff inside. So there's a magnetic puzzle, this is a little board game, magnet tiles with little cards to show you what to build, bead game here, there is stickers, there's a really cool game, kind of like I Spy, like a matching game, another one of these little paint books. These are just a normal, well, small version of normal playing cards, and then one little flying bunny toy. So it's kind of like they did the research, they found the coolest things for traveling with and put them all together. So this is amazing. I'll just be dividing these toys up into the girls' carry-ons, and that will get us through airports and on the plane. Just a quick look at the girls' personal items. Backpack for Ellie, a little blanket for nap time. We've got a sticker book. These are headphones, but just like a soft headband, and then a little dongle because she might use my old phone if she wants to watch a show. These are like sea creature cookies that I found, which I thought was kind of cute. So snack. This is a little prop for standing your phone up. So it just props up like this, and then you can set the phone on it like that. I put the tanagrams in her bag and the two little toys. These are a hand-me-down from my nephew that the girls have never seen before. So they're these cool little robot guys, and they all suction together. So that'll be new for both of them, and I think they'll have lots of fun playing with them. Eddie's got her backpack. We've got an extra iPad that she can use with the same type of soft headphones, a sticker book. Oh, and I do have a puffy sticker book coming for Ellie as well that she will really enjoy. And then I put the kind of I Spy game in with her. She's got this little container with the crackers in it, and the game, the puzzle, the paint book, her little bag of snacks, and a blanket for her too. So that's it for their personal items, other than they both will have a bottle for water too. This is the bag that I'm going to be using as my personal item for the flight. I've never used it before in a flight, but it is my beach bag, so I usually take it with us on trips, and I thought this time I might as well just try to have it as my personal item. I like it because I can put wipes in these outside pouches, and then they'll be really easily accessible, and then I can just put like one of my other little pouches of things that I'm gonna want all the time, or even like a water bottle, and it'll just give extra storage and be very easily accessible from under the seat. And it does have like this little clip-on pouch inside as well, so I think it should be a pretty handy little personal item. My number one favorite thing I've ever found for flying with a baby, I did see this years ago on a different video, but a double-sided packing cube. So here I have the change pad, there's diapers, wipes, and this time I'm actually bringing these are actually like doggy bags. I just bought a small box of them. Because flying WestJet, they've always asked us to dispose of the diaper in a bag, but then they just give us like this giant full-size garbage bag and it just feels like a waste of plastic. So hopefully I can just tell them that I have these little bags to dispose of any diapers in the bathroom garbage. And so that's kind of a first, but the rest of this all just fits in here so nicely. So when you have to go to the washroom for a diaper change, you can just grab this one bag. You've got everything you need. And then on this opposite side, in its own zippered pouch, there's extra clothing. So an extra outfit for Ellie, and then I did pull another outfit out of Teddy's packing cube and put it in here just in case. In terms of any other type of flying accessories or items, I do have one of the blow-up footstools that goes at the feet of the infant, so it kind of extends their seat out to be more of a bed. And this mesh pouch is an organizer that hangs over the back of your tray, and it has lots of pouches in it, so lots of storage. And it also has this little pouch where you can put an iPad or a phone if you're watching shows. So I think that this, we've never flown with this before, but I think it will be pretty handy. And here's just a little look at what will be in my personal items. So some of the things that I will want at the seat will be my AirPods, I've got soothers, of course my phone, and then I've just got gum and suckers for takeoff and landing. I will probably use some Gravol before and during the flight. I've got some medicine for the girls that will be kind of in my liquids pouch, some sanitizing wipes, I've got a pen. This is a really good battery bank. These are our passports, we keep them all together. I will have a little crossbody bag that some of this stuff will go in, and then it'll just be inside my personal item. Today I have out everything else pretty much that we are taking with us to Mexico on the bed. It is a lot of stuff. I am realizing that this video is getting quite long, and in an effort to make it a bit shorter, I'm going to try to rapid fire the rest of the stuff as quickly as I can here, just in trying to keep the video a bit shorter. Things to do while we are at our Airbnb in Mexico: mess-free coloring, sticker book coloring, and more water painting, a deck of cards, some little figurines that will go in this box that's full of these little guys. They're fun to play with, and they also can go in the tub since we won't really have bath toys for at the pool and toys for at the beach. So collapsible sand buckets, and this set is really cute because it has these little pieces to make cupcakes and ice cream cones with sand, and there's even little birthday candles and spoons and flag toppers for the top of castles. We've got a few different versions of packable and sand-free towels here, and then a little hooded towel for Ellie. That wasn't very rapid fire, but I'm gonna try to do a little quicker on this side. So foldable beach hat, all of our medicine, inflatable bed rails, baby monitor, my toiletry kit, sound machine, jewelry which will go in my carry-on, extra lenses for the big camera, which I don't usually travel with anymore, but hoping to see some wildlife, so zoom lens, regular lens, wide angle lens, charging dock with USB and USB-Cs, charging cords, one little power bank, water filtration bottle, dirty clothes bag, GoPro and accessories, suntan lotion, first aid kit, extra wipes, dry bags for boat days for our cameras and things, a pouch to carry pesos in, waterproof phone pouch, hair clip, laundry sheets, dishwashing tabs. There's extra soothers in here for Ellie. We've got sunglasses and the little, I forget what these things are called, but they hold the sunglasses on, sunglasses for me. Grocery bags, I have to find one more to take with us, little flashlight, collapsible water bottle, also will go on my carry-on, another little crossbody bag, one random thing of noodles just as like a comfort food, maybe for the first day when we're there, and another bag of snacks to come home with us on the airplane. Pretty much the last items that we are taking are our snorkel kits. We have one for each Travis and I, as well as one for Teddy, and then just some little goggles for Ellie. There are life jackets and helmets in case we get to rent some bikes, and then I just don't have to worry about having helmets that fit the girls correctly. I'm going to take our UPPAbaby Vista stroller with just one of the seats, and then I bought this little contraption which I'm hoping will be a good fit for our 4-year-old to use. The UPPAbaby is just a little inconvenient to travel with because even though we have the UPPAbaby carrier to put it in for the plane, we have had to also bring another bag to put the second toddler seat in, so it just kind of seems like a lot, and it's not convenient to break down and break apart, so it's not my favorite. I do actually have the baby jogger side-by-side stroller, which I really love, but it is quite large, and actually my husband does not like it at all. He feels like it takes up too much room in public. I think in terms of trying to get it into a rental vehicle, it's probably not going to be ideal. So that's why we went with our UPPAbaby, and I'll just kind of show you this little thing that I bought and we'll see how we do. The only things that came in the package for this were the carrier bag. It came with 4 straps, and then this is the design. It's really funny because on the website there's like no different pictures or images at all. There wasn't like any choices to make for design, and this is what we ended up getting, which again is not on their website anywhere, so it kind of feels like just one of those Amazon type purchases where you kind of get what you get. But anyways, it is this little hammock seat that goes on the back, so I will try to get it hooked on and then we'll see what it seems like. Installation was super quick and easy. I just had to switch which post I was putting it on here because it didn't quite stretch all the way from this bar to the other bar. So I used these posts, and then I just wanted to fold it up and make sure it wasn't going to be in the way of the locking mechanism. But it seems like all the straps are fine where they are. So I'm gonna get Teddy, my 4-year-old, to come and try it out. It got the seal of approval from Teddy. It does seem pretty good, a little bit awkward maybe to get into, but she just needs help with that. So I think they probably both will like taking turns sitting in there. It is a little bit heavy, like you know how you're not supposed to hang any like diaper bags or anything from here, so it does feel like a little bit heavy without any weight in the front. So I think we'll maybe just have to watch that, just make sure someone is in the front, or just be very careful. You know, I think the slightest like little push on it and it could tip over backwards, but it actually seems pretty good. It does seem like a pretty good quality, and it does actually have straps in here too if you wanted to strap them into it. So overall it seems like a very lightweight option for a second seat. So it looks like it'll probably work for us. One thing I'm just noticing here is that we won't really be able to do like a full recline on this seat if Ellie is napping in the front. It will totally squish out Teddy under here, but you can kind of go from the main position to have quite a bit of an incline, so maybe that will work just fine. For a baby carrier, which I actually haven't really used any soft carriers for Ellie since the summer probably, and right now it's February, except we were in Edmonton this winter between Christmas and New Year's, and I did use this one again and have her on my front when we were doing like a little bit of a walk. and it did work really well. Like, she's gonna be 2 next weekend, but it still was good. I think I will just take it in case we get into a situation where it doesn't seem like the stroller is that convenient to take with us, but she does like to be carried a lot, so I will take this. And if we do any hiking, I will just have this carrier. I do really love our Osprey hiking backpack carrier, but it is just another big bulky item that just isn't very practical to fly with. We did take it to Ireland with us, but it went inside of Travis's suitcase and essentially took up like half of a suitcase. So that just doesn't seem like a great option for us for this trip. But this little carrier, it's just a very standard soft carrier, and she does like to be on the front in this one, and it also goes on the back. And actually, I'm just remembering, it does say too that it can be like a side, like a hip carrier, so I might have to look to see if I have the manual still or on their website. But it's just a very lightweight, like, it's breathable, it is really easy to put on, and like I said, we just used it a couple months ago, and this should work really well for us. And it does just pack down into this tiny little case. I just want to put the reminder that I have added everything that I've packed for this trip. I have added to a little packing list checklist that you should be able to copy and paste the link to it from the description below and hopefully get a copy of that. If not, you can find me on Roots and Wings Travel on Instagram, and if you send me a message, I would love to send that over to you just to help with any packing that you're doing. Today I am going to get our stroller packed up into the Up-A-Baby bag that is made for the Vista, and I'll just quickly show you what that looks like to pack it down. One of the things you have to do is remove the rear wheels. So those pop off quite easy, and there's a bag attached. So very simple removal of that, but it is like something you have to do to be able to pack it in the bag. And then it actually shows you in the bottom, so it does fit the Cruise model and the Vista model, and it shows you like a little diagram of how to actually fit it in. So this is quite a big piece of equipment. We have always actually like taken the stroller into the airport and used it and just broken it down right before we get on our flight. But I'm hoping, since we have like a late morning flight, we won't need it for naps, we don't have a connection. So I think it should be okay just to have it packed away, and we'll probably just check it and then not have to worry about waiting for it when we're getting off the plane. We can just collect it at oversized baggage with our car seats. I'll also just give you a look at the car seats that we are going to take with us. The rental car company in Mexico, it was going to be $25 a day to rent one, and for that price we could buy our own and just bring it with us and then have it for the future. I picked one up yesterday, so we'll use this for Ellie in our second vehicle, and then when we're in Mexico, Teddy will use this one because it will work for her weight. But I'll just show you a closer look at them here. It is just a Costco. We bought this at Canadian Tire. This one, Teddy is already too big for it. It's up to 40 pounds. And so that's why we got the second one. And it was actually on sale, so that's why I picked it. So that's what our car seat setup will be. Today is Saturday, we leave in 2 days, and it is time to finally get these bags from Mexico packed up, closed, and ready to go. pleasantly surprised with what we have accomplished here. I got a lot more stuff into the bags than I thought we would. We ended up with 2 little carry-ons here for the girls. My idea is that we will just check them and not have to worry about them, but we'll see what Travis thinks. It kind of seems like a lot of stuff to try and get on and off the plane, but we'll see what we decide to do with that in the end. I think checking them would be fine. So a lot of stuff when you're going with kids, but that's kind of just the way it's going to be. So this phase doesn't last for long, and we won't get to travel with unicorn suitcases forever. So we will embrace it while we can. I did it. We are finally done packing. The truck is mostly loaded up except for a few things that we don't want to freeze or that we'll just have to pack up in the morning. We'll be getting up bright and early tomorrow to make the 7.5-hour drive to Fernie, and then it'll be 1 week before we leave from Calgary Airport to Loreto, Mexico. So if you aren't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. I am going to make a vlog of our travel day to Mexico, as well as at least 1 vlog of our trip. So we'd love to have you stick around, become part of our community, help our channel grow. And other than that, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end of this video. Thank you, and we will see you next time.